Welcome to Knights Arena, beautiful Buena Vista, Virginia. We have a wonderful contest this afternoon between the Knights women's basketball team and the Pfeiffer University Falcons women's basketball team. I am Scotty Winterton here with Skylar Johnson, my colleague, as we bring you this contest that pits two USA South East Division Conference rivals. The Knights coming into the USA South leading 10-0 in the conference on an 11-game winning streak, and with a quick play right off of the tip, the Knights control the ball. 20 seconds left in the shot clock as Nan Christensen looks to trigger the offense. Pfeiffer comes in ranked 7th, 4-8 in the conference, 8-12 overall. On a one-game losing streak, Skylar, that losing streak has an interesting story to it.
Yeah, absolutely. This Pfeiffer Falcons team played the Knights at home just 72 hours ago, and the Knights were able to scrape away with a small victory coming out of that one, 69-64. This is a Pfeiffer team that starts 3 freshmen. They're young, they're athletic, and they knock down shots. Definitely challenge as the Knights look to extend their 11-game winning streak to 12.
As right there, Maya Johnson called for the moving pick. It'll be Knights ball as Camden looks to trigger from the sideline. And in that game, you know, we saw Garish and Christensen do their usual thing, but watching Courtney McCrolla step up her game was really important for the Knights to pull a win out.
Yeah, you said it, 12 rebounds in that game for Courtney. She handles a lot of the responsibility with Katie on the bench, but also running with Katie in transition, as we see a great pass right there from Courtney inside to the paint. But yeah, she played an incredible game right there and definitely deserves recognition. Went 6 for 6 from the free throw line, which also helped her team get the victory.
Yeah, for a player who averages, and there the throwaway turnover from Brianna Bentley. Bentley, really the key to this offense for the Falcons. She's a senior from Chester, Virginia, Lloyd Seabird, high school product, averaging 9.9, almost 10 points a game. There is not a single player on the Falcons roster averaging double digits in points, so scoring is going to be the issue. But, you know, what a great cut from Camden into the key. Finding her was Newman. Scoring is going to be the issue for these Falcons.
Yeah, you said it. And last game, although not averaging an entire, a huge sum, Tanisha Ellison, the freshman out of Asheboro, North Carolina, picked up 19 points in that loss to the Knights just a few days ago. And looking forward to see what she can do on this scoring output today. Knights controlling the ball right now and have a lot of momentum. Emma Camden is fired up right now.
Right, Kennedy Hudler with her first foul. First team foul for the Falcons. It'd be interesting to see the game plan from both coaches. Tui Loy, head coach for Pfeiffer. The Knights with almost turning the ball over. I'm not sure how that stayed in. McCrolla has it with 15 on the shot clock. Right-handed drive. She gets to baseline. They're going to call a block, and it'll stay Knights ball with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Coach Schroeder calling the inbound play.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play right there from Bentley, staying vertical and getting her hand on the ball. Spot up shot here for Nan.
Christensen misses the 16-footer, and triggering the offense is Maya Johnson. She looks to find her teammate, Tanisha Ellison. You just spoke about her, unable to connect right there. Getting underneath, the ever-elusive Emma Camden scores again, and the Knights now up 6.
Yeah, that's a high-quality shot right there from Camden. In transition, Nan sees her cutting towards the basket. Nobody stops her. Great play right there from Camden.
Maya Johnson drains the three-pointer. Great shot from her. Maya Johnson is the second leading scorer on this team, averaging 8.6 per game. From the three-point arc, she's 9 for 46, only 19%, but took that shot and drained it like she's a 50% three-point shooter. That was a beautiful shot out of her.
Yeah, she was able to knock down 2 in the home game that they had against the Knights. Definitely a three-point shooter. Her and Handler can knock down those 3 balls.
The pump fake, getting inside, drawing the foul. Great job getting her defender off her feet. Brianna Bentley, KG player, playing like a senior, will get to the line. Look to go to 5 points for the Falcons. The Knights currently up by 3. And mass substitutions, 4 players subbing in for Coach Loy. Everybody but the shooter. And she's got 1 on the line. So this is a 5-woman substitution. You don't see that often in the college level.
You definitely don't. You've seen it before, a little platoon swap. Head coach Lloyd definitely trying to mix it up here. A lot of games being played right now in conference. Knights playing 7 in 6 days. That's a beautiful feed right there from Camden to Garish.
The Pfeiffer Falcons have 14 players, Skylar, that average at least 10 minutes per game. So Coach Loy will substitute and substitute liberally. And there we see Bentley getting another great drive, getting to the line again. It'll be interesting to see if how the Knights end up playing her. She is a 37% field goal shooter, only 15 from three-point line. This is twice now that she's gotten her defender to rise up and then gotten to the key and drawn a foul. When you look at overall, it's only a 31% field goal shooting team and 21% from the three-point arc. The Knights, conversely, are a 41% shooting team and shooting 31% from the three-point line. So, this is a little bit of a contrast. I am sure Pfeiffer wants to get into the key, but I think, Skylar, you're going to see a lot out of that from the Knights as well. You felt like in that game against Pfeiffer 72 hours ago, the Knights only took 6 three-pointers. They made a concerted effort to drive and get to the key as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to see a lot of that. The Knights are just 5 of 30 from beyond the arc. Haven't hit one today. 5 of 31 over the last couple games. The Knights have definitely gone. Head coach Lynette Schroeder making an effort to get the ball into the paint. A size advantage most of the time for the Knights when they have their typical lineup, and it's going to be interesting to see what Pfeiffer can do.
Hand in her face. That was a fantastic shot from Mara Ochoa Contreras. That was excellently done. And they're shooting threes right now like they're not a 21% three-point shooter. Here you see Camden take one, ball gets deflected out to her off the rebound. McCrolla with the 20-footer and drains it.
Yeah, that's good to see. McCrolla just 3 of 11 in the last game, and good to see her getting involved from a little bit beyond the arc. It's a mid-range jumper that she has perfected over the last couple of years, and that's a shot you definitely can't leave open if you're the Falcons.
Going now, Michaela Burnett. Over to Ochoa Contreras. That turnover into the hands of Garish. And Christensen will bring the ball up. Bounce pass into the elbow. Opportunity for Garish. Takes the short jumper from the elbow. Doesn't fall.
Yeah, you love Garish following her shot right there. Able to get that one right back and leads to a foul. It's a great effort right there from Garish after the jump shot.
And then McCrolla getting to the line where she excelled in the last game against the Falcons. The media timeout coming here under 5 minutes. Knights up by 1. Falcons went down by 6, fought their way back. Looks like a fight, which it was last game. It's going to be a fight for 40 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to come down who wins the rebounding battle, who can take care of the ball. We saw a press by Pfeiffer early down here. The Knights have shown that little 75% press in the past. Wonder if they'll do that now, but fatigue definitely has something to play with the amount of games these teams are playing right now and going forward to play. So excited to see some people that don't typically get a ton of minutes, see them get involved and see how these these incredible athletes can take advantage of these opportunities.
So as you mentioned, Ellison in the last game went off 19 points. Bynum, Alexis Bynum, number 3, one of the starters, freshman, also had 10. Maya Johnson had 10. Brianna Bentley, who's the team leading scorer, only had 7 points in that game. Then Kennedy Hudler had 6. So that was their starting group. That was the starting group today. Beyond that, there was nobody else. There was one other player, Brittany Mills, number 21, had 3 points. There were a few players with 2, one bucket apiece. But it was really that starting group. Even though they played another 12 players after the starters. But really, it was only the starters that contributed in terms of scoring. Having subbed in now for the Knights, Sophie Wright, the turnover. And then the Knights get it back. Newman with the ball. can't move. Camden on the ground. Back to Sophie Wright. Also checked in as Anna Singer.
Yeah, that was all effort right there from a couple different Knights defenders, able to get that ball back immediately and get another possession here and another shot clock.
15 on the shot clock. McCullough looking to post up against Angel Rowland. Rowland doing a great job keeping her out of the key. And then McCullough turning around, putting the ball up. Rowland fouling. That'll be the fourth team foul against Pfeiffer in the quarter. McCullough step up, take two more. Well, that was a great effort both ways. Rowland was working really hard to keep McCullough out of the key. And eventually get that post pass into her. She goes to the left hand, draws a foul.
Yeah, that's a great look right there for Courtney, going into the teeth of the defense, who was playing incredibly physical down low. They were battling, as you said. That's a great play, get herself to the free throw line.
She hits the second of two. Aniston Green triggers for the offense into Alexis Boyd. Also one of those subs in. Kicking to the wing, but not finding her teammates. She was looking for Amanda Finch, couldn't find her. Another freshman, Amanda from Winston-Salem, Glen High School. Got a 2-2-1 press. Over to Sophie Wright, wide open three. She fires up, rebound to McCullough. Singer with the 15-footer from the baseline, and she cans it. Ball in. Pfeiffer coming the other way.
Yeah, that's a look Singer's going to knock down 9 times out of 10. That short elbow corner spot is just wide open right there. Singer's going to knock that down.
Yeah, Anna Singer has been a stalwart for the Knights for a long time in terms of her shooting. She's a 43% three-point shooter, 39% from the field. The Knights with the turnover.
And she can get it done right there on defense as she comes up with the block.
Camden drives the key, surrounded by 3 players. And they're going to call a jump ball. Taylor Misaki coming in, the Eagle Mountain, Utah native for Emma Camden.
A little bit of a smaller lineup on the court for the Knights. A lot of guard play here.
Yeah, without Christensen, McCullough, and Garish.
Yeah, with just
McCullough is in
with
such
just
like Garish
McCullough
and
as the
Christensen
true
are out.
post with 4 other guards.
But also, this is probably the smallest team we've seen so far out of Pfeiffer, which Coach Schroeder feels comfortable, I'm sure, with this smaller lineup, since the tallest player right now, I think, for Pfeiffer is going to be Aniston Green, 5'7", freshman from Oak Ridge, North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they'll do offensively to get Courtney involved.
Kick out to Finch, in and out. Those are the shots they need to fall, especially with these backup players in. You know, the backups, leading scorer for the backups in the last game, only 3 points. Into McCullough. McCullough unable to finish. Great job in the post from Jalea Peters, the sophomore from Hickory, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's the look you want right there for the Knights. Courtney just can't get it over. Maybe expected too much contact and just stout defense.
Fading to her right is Peters off of that excellent defense. On the other end, she misses, and Newman will push the ball. Travel called. She tried to find Miyazaki. Awkward play as Garris checks back in. She's in for McCullough. So still a bit of a smaller lineup with Christensen out. The Knights in a man-to-man defense. Jumping three-pointer out of Peters. 2 misses in the last 2 series for her. Newman playing more of the point position. Over the top to Garish. She gets it inside. Coach yelling for the and one, and then no finish on the second try was Garish.
Yeah, you love the way Garish follows her shot. Definitely took some contact on that first one, but didn't get the call.
Peters misses the last 2, says, I'm a shooter, and what do shooters got to do, man?
Shooters got to shoot. That was a beautiful look right there from Peters. Steps into the shot as well. Great look.
This time over the top, an easy finish. Garish doing a great job sealing in the post.
Yeah, it's obvious the Knights are going to the post, whether it be to McCrolla or to Garish. They're relying on the post play right now as the shots obviously aren't falling from beyond the arc, and just a 3-point lead right now for the Knights.
Big time pick set by Brittany Mills. She gets run over, and then what a great job getting into the key, drawing the foul on Garish. They've done a great job getting in. The Knights are being a little aggressive on their help defense, and the Falcons are drawing that foul.
Yeah, and we're going to see Garish come out with those 2 fouls, and Christensen's going to come in to play that post position. Now it's definitely the smaller lineup that the Knights have gone with, the smallest lineup the Knights have gone with this year, is Nan being the biggest player on the court. And you talked about Brittany Mills, another freshman active for the for the Falcons on defense. This time gets involved on offense and able to get Garish for that second foul.
Mills, 63% free throw shooter, hits 1 of 2. She has 0 for 10 on the season. I don't know if we'll see a 3-point shot out of her. She's hasn't hit one on the season, but is a 38% field goal shooter.
Yeah, we see him going back with this press.
Into Camden, who was falling out of bounds, tried to save it. She also had Singer underneath. Made the more difficult pass.
Yeah, you could hear assistant coach Brett Schroeder screaming that Singer was open. Just to look like the defender was a little lost right there, but unable to get it, and then Camden barely secures the pass and causes the turnover.
Getting to the line, great defense from Christensen, but coming up with the rebound. Now going back to the right hand again. That was a great drive. Unable to finish. We're seeing Maya Johnson and Brianna Bentley working really hard to get to the key. Neither one able to finish in that set.
Yeah, back-to-back great defensive effort from Nan Christensen, who's a defensive matchup everywhere you need her. Just unable to get that roll.
Does not get the reverse to go. She did a great job using the rim, protect the ball. Gets the other side. Into the key again. This time it's Tanisha Ellison, and she can't finish. Helter-skelter play right now.
Yeah, you love the way Nan plays defense without fouling right now. We talked before the game, and her emphasis is to stay out of foul trouble as Anna Singer steps in and knocks down the first three-pointer of the night for the Southern Virginia Knights. It's a great shot. We talked about her. She can shoot for about anywhere on the court. A little bit of a unnecessary foul right there from Singer on the drive as she had help downstairs with Nan coming across. But
I wonder if the Schroeders end up going to a zone defense, considering the overall shooting of the Falcons. The Falcons currently shooting 3 for 5 from the three-point line, which is really some of the best shooting they've done, 60%, but they're still 3 of 12 overall. And the Knights are 8 of 9, shooting 40%, 1 of 4 from the three-point line. Only been to the line 2 times, 1 of 2 from McCrolla. The Falcons 4 of 6 from the free throw line.
Yeah, they definitely could go to a zone, as we've seen them do that in the past, that stretch 3-2 or 2-3 zone with the bigger lineup. But you like that they have the three-headed, monster behind Courtney, Savannah, Christensen, and Katie. They can be aggressive. They don't have to worry about getting in foul trouble, as they have so many assets around the team and a great bench. It's great to see them continue to play aggressive, and with a bigger lineup, I definitely could see them going to that zone in the future.
So bench scoring for Pfeiffer has been much better in this game. To start out, you have Jalea Peters with 3 points. You've got Mara Ochoa Contreras with one of those 3-pointers. So great job getting the bench scoring going. I'm sure Coach Loy is really happy with that. Considering how much bench play they get, any additional bench play will be a huge benefit. And not only down 5 going into this second quarter. It's an important opportunity to see if the starters, looks like she's put all the starters back in to see if they can expand on this 13-point total for the Falcons. Ball coming in. Newman was talking with Coach Schroeder. And the seal Newman turns it around.
Yeah, Newman has such speed with the basketball, but just gets caught up. We saw her earlier commit a traveling violation because she just gets caught up trying to do a little bit too much, a little too fast. What a great block right there from Courtney.
The three-pointer goes long for Bentley. Ends up going out of bounds. It'll be the Knights ball. Knights with better help defense there, not fouling, helping early. We got the 2-2-1 press. Ball goes to McCrolla. She easily gets the ball across the timeline. Newman gets into the key, unable to finish right at the basket. And Bynum will trigger for the Falcons. Gets underneath and finishes with the foul, the trip from Miyazaki. She gets a chance at an and one going to the line.
Yeah, we've seen her be aggressive going to the rack. That's Ellison, who had a big game last time they played. This time, just as aggressive with that right hand. And, excuse me.
It's Bynum. Yeah,
Bynum, excuse me. Bynum goes to the rack, able to get it to fall after the little bit of a trip call. Taylor definitely confused after that one.
Bynum, a 75% field goal shooter, knocks down the three to get the three-point play.
Yeah, Bynum super quick with the basketball. It's hard to defend.
Krolla recognizing her opportunity. Now finding Christensen in the key, who finishes at the front of the rim. Knights with 22.
Yeah, Christensen's going to make that every single time. You love the way Courtney goes point forward on him and takes the ball all the way down. Seals on the pass, able to get Nan a better look. Great pass right there.
And there's the strong finish. Sorry, Knights with 20, 18 for Pfeiffer. Excellent finish from Maya Johnson.
Yeah, these Falcons refuse to go away, answering almost every time the Knights get anything done on offense.
Christensen gets in, finishes. Coach Schroeder wanted McCrolla to push that ball. They had really beat most of the Falcons down the court. Christensen on baseline, there was no help. She's able to get to the basket pretty easy. May have wanted a call there was Coach Tui Loy.
Yeah, but that's a great defensive play right there from Courtney, refusing to contact with the body and then getting the ball in. Oh my gosh, what a floater right there. Emma Camden down the baseline, knocks that one down.
Yeah, pretty. We haven't seen that shot from her. That's an excellent shot from Camden. Another shot in the arsenal. Camden, the sophomore from local University of Virginia, traveling call. Yeah, Coach Lloyd really was arguing on the way down with the coaching staff, and I think he had a pretty good argument that Bentley getting in there had gotten fouled. Almost turned over, and then it does get turned over off the hands of Newman. Singer checks into the game for Newman.
Yeah, Ellison's so quick laterally on defense right there, able to just sneak in and snag that ball out of Newman's hand. Great play right there from Ellison.
Inside the seal. Great job not fouling in the post. And quickly out to Camden. She'll wait for her teammates to catch up. Down to Singer. Ball is blocked and then knocked out of bounds. It goes off Singer. Falcons ball coming the other way, down by 6.
Another impressive defensive play right there from the freshman Ellison. Able to get her hand up and giving up a few inches on Anna. Able to block that shot.
Yeah, a little undersized, but playing big.
Well, defense is effort, and it's obvious she is moving around. She is quick around the court. She's giving it all right now as her team is just down 6, looking to get right back in it.
Bentley goes to Johnson. Now into the post. The kick out. Air ball from Kennedy Hudler. The fans are letting her know, as though she didn't already know. Into the post. And not able to finish again. And this time, they're going to call, I think, an offensive foul. The interesting thing there is that McCrolla received that ball in the post. Defender put 2 hands and kind of pushed her away. Could have been a foul there. Then Christensen comes in, grabs the ball. They're going to call, I think, maybe an over the back or push off.
Yeah, it was a great play on the ball as Nan high-pointed that ball like Calvin Johnson in the end zone, but gets called with the body contact. That's a tough call right there for Nan, but great athletic play on the rebound, and she's trying hard on the offensive glass, which is exactly what you would like. And
wow, 4 Knights around the ball, and it hits the ground on that rebound.
Yeah, that's a tough play right there for much bigger Knights lineup right now.
We're seeing McCullough handle the ball up the court as much as we've ever seen her off of this press. That one falls short for Miyazaki.
Yeah, you said it. McCullough's handling the ball and doing it well. Looks comfortable bringing the ball down. And
the Knights are fouling like crazy with the body. And so the situation, we've seen this before. When the Knights are late to rotate, they end up, the on-ball defender feels like they got to do more than they got to do because they're late rotating in. And against a team that is not a great shooting team, you don't need to hang out on the perimeter. You can be sucked in a little bit. Coach Schroeder may end up going to a zone to fix that. Great job controlling the ball and getting it out is Mara Ochoa Contreras. Trying to go to the post. Saves it as McCullough both gets the tip and the hustle play to save the ball from going out of bounds. Newman kicks over to Camden. Camden with the hesitation. That time the little running one-hander doesn't fall for her.
Yeah, that would have been deadly right there with the floater.
Another body foul.
Yeah, Michaela Burnett just puts her shoulder down right there and would not be stopped and called with the body foul.
The Knights now with 4 fouls with still 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Again, this platoon in for Coach Loy. McCullough all the way out, has an opportunity, throws it to Singer, who was wide open, and she can't finish. Maybe the 5th ball we've seen at the front of the rim, just rim out for the Knights.
Yeah, you love the way Courtney's pushing in transition as nobody's picking up and stopping ball. Maybe wanted her to take that one all the way, but Anna Singer got a beautiful look, just couldn't get it to fall, as you said, right off the top of the rim.
And the same disease that the Knights have has been contagious for the Falcons as they can't get some of these easier shots to fall. Great hustle from Shonda Wilkins, unable to finish. Now Singer with the jump shot, doesn't fall. And the Knights, J.D. O'Bray, able to secure the rebound for the Knights. And Wright hesitates, draws the foul. Kyla Sublet, the freshman from Hickory, North Carolina, fouls Sophie Wright. Sophie Wright, Logan, Utah native, Ridgeland High School. 4A All-Star team in high school out in Utah, as you would expect. Big fan of the Utah Jazz. Can't say I agree, but what about you, Skylar? What's your proclivity? Where do they lean?
Well, I'm from Arizona, so I am happy right now as a Phoenix Suns fan.
It's a good day to be a Phoenix Suns fan.
Absolutely, and it's a tough day to be a Utah Jazz fan as they got word that Ingles tore his ACL last night. That's a tough break for the Utah Jazz, but Sophie Wright's a great ball handler, has a great ceiling and great future ahead of her, and she has a high basketball IQ, so she gets it done defensively and offensively for the Knights.
Yeah, she's a solid kind of 6-man, 7. She usually comes in after Singer, so kind of the second substitute to come in. Gets quite a few minutes on the season. Sophie Wright. Let's see, she is averaging 14 minutes per game, a 50% field goal shooter as well as a 50% three-point shooter. So very reliable for Coach Schroeder. She feels very comfortable putting Wright in.
She's a utility guard, that is for sure. She provides a lot of support for Camden, which is great. She's a junior, and from what I've observed from Sophie in practice, she's a vocal leader. She's definitely involved in all aspects. Although she's not, the top minute getter, she is, a big leader on this team, and she's super well liked by her teammates. And like I said, high basketball IQ, great future.
She's a 62% free throw shooter. She hits the first and hits the second.
Yeah, really clean stroke. She has great form when she shoots. It's another thing to say on Sophie.
And Kayla Soublet pushes the ball up. Into the key is Wilkins. And ball falls to the hands of O'Bray, who's getting more minutes than we've seen. And it'll be a foul off the efforts of O'Bray on the side. Putting the ball in will be Emma Camden.
Yeah, J.D. O'Bray, the freshman from Calgary, Canada. She runs really fast, plays incredibly great defense. Hasn't got an entire, a lot of minutes this year, but just a freshman will definitely be a huge part of the offense going forward.
Yeah, only appeared in 8 games so far, averaging 6 minutes per game. Up to O'Bray, she'll trigger to McCrolla, who will take a three-pointer off the back of the iron, and the hustle from Emma Camden, impressive. Gets the ball, another opportunity for the Knights. That's only the 10th three-pointer of the season for McCrolla, and the backdoor from O'Bray. Cagey play from the young player.
Yeah, and Sophie Wright pointing at her, knows exactly the same page. They're on the same page right now. That was a great pass right there from Sophie Wright into the key. Dangerous pass too, but slips it in, and what a
smooth shot from Mara. That was a fantastic shot from Ochoa Contreras, her second three-pointer. And it's going to go back off the defense of the Falcons. Shonda Wilkins doing a great job, the graduate student from Chesterfield, Virginia. Putting the work in, now the third platoon. I think this is what he does, right? So I think Loy has 3 platoons that he puts in. This is a third group. This is the smallest group that he'll put in.
Yeah, Nan subs in for Courtney here. Got a good amount of rest. Has those 2 fouls. So does Katie. Katie's been sitting the majority of this second period, but the Knights still in control with those 7 points. Anna Singer gets caught reaching in for that block a little bit. Kind of ticky-tack a little bit there, as there wasn't a whole lot of contact, but
they're saying on the arm. And
looked like a little bit, yeah.
I'm not sure that the Knights really don't need a foul in these situations. Force them to make it.
Yeah, the Falcons are only shooting 6 of 25 right now. They're shooting a much higher percentage from the free throw line, so better make them earn it on the court right now as the Knights end. The Knights hoping to keep some of these players out of foul trouble.
And then an excellent effort from Alexis Boyd. Then shoots a three-pointer, and a jump ball has the little Amanda Finch, 5'2", smallest player on the court, sneaks in underneath there, grabs the ball, secures it for a jump ball, and it will be it'll be Falcons ball. Out to Brittany Mills.
Yeah, we've seen Brittany Mills been able to take it down the rack, but then Emma Camden comes up with another steal.
Yeah, the denial in the passing lane, great technique, getting the near hand, using the right hand to deflect that pass, secures it, almost a throwaway. And Singer now looks to take her defender one-on-one. She stops at the elbow, cans that beautiful high arcing shot out of the lefty.
Yeah, that is a dangerous look. Hitting that shot at a consistent clip is hard to do. Dribbles hard with that right hand and then able to pull it up and knock down with the defender in her face. Great move right there from Singer, who is doing everything in terms of scoring off the bench for the Knights.
Wow. These refs are really making some ticky-tack calls as Nan gets her second foul. And I kind of think it's both. I mean, we're not seeing a lot. I think that the Falcons are doing a better job on the defensive end of not bodying up, because you got to play to what the refs are doing. If they're going to call those body, if they're going to call that contact, you got to step back and not push in underneath. And the Knights are doing that over and over again. The Falcons are in the bonus and have been there for a couple minutes. Hitting the second of 2 free throws over the top, having checked in Alyssa McCrolla, the sophomore from Longmont, Colorado. Coach going deep into her bench early in this game. Singer secures that rebound, and Camden looked to drive. And they're going to get a call. Looked like it might have gone off a Falcon foot, but the referees disagree. It'll come back for the Falcons.
Yeah, the ball definitely did bounce off of Camden's foot, but it was not the last thing to bounce off. That's tough but you got to keep it moving in the game of basketball. And the Knights called for another foul. Not sure where the contact was, but she definitely fell.
Yeah, so Pfeiffer's doing a great job of getting into the key and using their body to get into the body of the Knights and take advantage of the way the game's being called. Really smart play by them. They're not settling for those outside shots, and they're using their own physicality to create opportunities at the free throw line, as that's the third foul on Singer.
Yeah, if Singer picks up her third and has to take a seat. Coming into the game is Barrett, another utility guard, along with Ali McCrolla. For these Knights coming off the bench here. This is an important game for the Knights. 11-game winning streak, looking to extend it to 12. They had a 15-game winning streak in 2019. And, of course, a lot of these girls were on that team. So they're looking to replicate that season and then, surpass it. And this is a big game. You got to win these conference games if you're going to be elite going into the playoffs.
McCrolla crosses over, gets the key, looks for the cutting Jessup, can't find her.
Yeah, that's aggressive play right there, and a good little backdoor cut from Barrett. Just heads-up play by Brittany Mills, who can't say enough of what Mills doing on defense. Camden gets a wide-open three and knocks it down.
So the Knights have 11 fouls so far in the first half. That long three-pointer doesn't go for Finch. Sophie Wright will move ahead to McCrolla. And McCrolla and Wright not on the same page, but Wright comes up and steals the ball right away and then gets it stolen back. It's on the ground, sloppy play. They're going to call it jump ball. It'll be Knights ball. Well, this is as sloppy as I've seen the ball being played on this court between the men or the women. This is kind of some of the sloppiest play. And I think that Coach Loy really wants it like this. He's got players, he's got 15 that he's putting in. And now he subs in the starters again, finish out the quarter. If these guys can turn it into a sloppy play and kind of chaos ball, that's good for the underdog team.
Absolutely. The Knights, especially with this younger roster and lineup right now, definitely need to take care of the ball. Each possession is super important right now, regardless of the score. Continue to build this lead. This team is scoring and is shooting a high percentage from three as Barrett lines up a three-pointer from the top of the key.
And that doesn't fall for her. The Knights with two starters in, with McCrolla and Camden in. Barrett Jessup in. No foul this time from the Knights, and without the foul, Alexis Bynum finishes. Great job getting underneath the defense. 45 seconds left in the quarter. 20 on the shot clock. Camden eyes down starter Kennedy Hudler. Then over to McCrolla. She gets, and they're going to call on the ground, not shooting. Great job fouling. You'd much rather that foul be on the ground. Good job from the defender to do it before the shot got up. And it's only the third foul on the Falcons, so they could afford to have that foul. It's second foul on Johnson.
Yeah, the crowd wanted a shooting foul, but it was obvious. It was on the entry pass as Camden gets another one of the same looks off of the inbound play. That's a classic play from Schroeder to get Emma that look. But
great steal on the baseline. Get that open, exactly what you're looking for. Now Pfeiffer has an opportunity to cut this lead to two, maybe, or sorry, to 3 or 4. And they're going to call McCrolla with the hand, and they're going to send, once again, the Falcons to the line.
Yeah, obvious frustration over here on the Knights benches. McCrolla didn't inhibit any type of movement or place too much of a hand on the offense, but gets called for her first foul while moving to her left. That's a tough play as a defender to keep complete contact off as the offense initiates it. But heads-up play right there from Bynum, the freshman guard from Charlotte, just strong with that right hand and knocks him down.
75% free throw shooter steps up, hit them both. The Knights with 5.7 on the clock in the second quarter, up by 4. Gets to Jessup, to McCrolla. 3, 2, 1. She stops at the foul line and shoots, and really nowhere close on that. And the Knights will go into the locker room up 4. exactly the situation that they finished the last game, 69-65, a win by 4. They go into the locker room this time with the same lead. And I got to think that if you're Coach Loy, that you are loving how the game was played, because the Knights are a physical team. So you're loving how the refs are calling the game, that his team is not getting fouls. That's the third. I think we have 13 fouls on the Knights in one half, which is a lot of fouls. And there's a number of fouls when you look. I think right now that's the story of the half. And if you look it over, you see Singer with 3, you see Christensen with 2, Garish with 2, and Addison Newman with 2. That's four really important players with 2 or 3 fouls.
Yeah, and those fouls are leading to the Falcons, knocking down their free throws. 11 of their 29 points in this first half coming from the free throw line. Just 3 of the Knights' 33 points from the free throw line. And then they were also able to knock down 4 3-pointers. They took 11, and they knocked down 4 in that first half. Both teams are pretty even in the turnover, rebounding, assist margin. Is favored for the Knights as they had more transition buckets. But it was a pretty evenly matched, and if you're the Knights, you're up 4, but you're definitely not happy, and you finish that second quarter pretty sloppy. Going forward, the Knights need to take better care of the ball. Camden and Singer and Newman getting a lot of rest right there let Sophie Wright and Barrett and Allie McCrolla handle the ball, and going forward, if that responsibility is still on them, they need to make sure they're taking care of it and then start assisting in that scoring column as well. Camden leads all scorers for the Knights with 9, and Bynum has 7 for the Falcons.
Again, the points from the bench, doing really fantastic, as Mara Ochoa Contreras has scored 2 3-pointers. She's got 6. Julia Peters now at 5. So that's 11 points that really they didn't get from the bench in the first game. So the Knights now have an opportunity to go in and kind of reassess where they're at. You can't control how the referees are calling the game. You have to adapt. That's always the way it is. And coach can talk to the refs and try to understand what's on their mind. But in the end, you got to adapt. And I think Coach Loy has done that really well, using both the offensive version of that and on the defense, having his teams kind of stay in, not foul. As you said, only 4 foul shots for the Knights. So we've got about 10 minutes on a break. We'll pause for those 10 minutes, be back, and we'll finish out this Knights versus Falcons women's basketball conference from the USA Southeast Division. And we welcome you back to the second half of the Knights versus the Pfeiffer University Falcons. This contest being waged on a chilly afternoon. I'm Scotty Winterton with my colleague Skylar Johnson. The Knights finished out that first half with a 4-point lead and 13 fouls. Really, as we talked, Skylar, the ability of the Pfeiffer players to get to the foul line was the story of the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like a deliberate attempt to either get to the free throw line or get blocked. Honestly, there was obvious attempts to put their heads down and get to the line, and it worked. They either made layups or got fouled, and it was working at points. I think this platoon swap offense, defensive thing that they're doing here for Pfeiffer seems to be working. They've played nearly everybody on their roster tonight, and scoring is coming from everybody. They're also knocking down threes, 4 threes in that first half. So there's going to be a lot of adjustments coming out of the half into this second half for both coaches. Excited to see what they do to combat each other. The Knights with 14 field goals, Pfeiffer with 7 field goals, but Pfeiffer right there, and that's behind their free throws. 11 of 15, able to knock down 11 free throws in that first half.
15 players for Coach Loy saw playing time. And this 5 for 5 substitution pattern, he'll start with this group that's in right now, and then the long two-pointer for Bentley does not go. Up ahead quickly, doesn't finish. Acrolis secures the rebound. That was probably like the third. And then the steal, great hands from Kennedy Hudler, the freshman from Jefferson, North Carolina, steals that ball. Ball now over on the wing, and the traveling call against Tanisha Ellison as she turned around, the freshman from Ashboro High School product. The Knights now with 11 turnovers. And on the hand, as Johnson for sure thought she got all ball. And
yeah, that's a successful offensive possession right there for the Knights. They run that little too-high game with Katie and Courtney as they are claiming it to not be a shooting foul.
Oh, so they're not calling on the shot on 5. They're calling an off-ball foul on 15. Very confusing. Brianna Bentley now with her first foul. Quickly into Newman, back into Garish. And that play was well executed, drawn up by Coach Schroeder, really wanting to get ball into the smaller defender that's covering Garish.
Yeah, Garish needs to take off offensively in this game. There isn't anybody that can guard her on the court. What a beautiful shot right there for Maya Johnson. She was able to knock down 2 last time they played. I believe that is her second.
Yeah, Maya Johnson doing a fantastic job. She's 50% now on the afternoon, 1 for 2. Falling away. Definitely could have gotten in more and drawn the foul on that, I think, but kind of takes the shot, falling away. And now wide open on the wing. Ellison splashes it home as the Pfeiffer Falcons now down by 1 off the back of their 3-point shooting, which how would you expect that coming in from the 21% 3-point shooting team, as Katie was deep in the post and did not take advantage of it. And now they're going to call Maya Johnson for the foul. Got to be careful running down the other end of the court. You could draw a technical foul with that. But it's being very physical with her in the post. It's interesting. They're letting a lot of physical play go off ball with that. Although the time before, the foul they called on Bentley off ball was really ticky-tack. So I'm not really sure. I can't figure the reffing out. This is a really hard situation, I think, for both teams. This one long. And great rebound. Tracking that down is Ellison. Up to Hudler, Hudler, air ball. The reverse, though, off the air ball. Grabs it And Ellison finishes to put the Falcons up by 1.
Yeah,
Great awareness from Ellison.
That is bad effort right there on the defensive glass for the Knights. Nobody sees the air ball coming. It's a good little inside pass.
Getting into the key and drawing the reach-in foul. It won't be a shooting foul. She had passed it after they might have called it on the floor anyway. It was McCrolla. Third team foul, reversal of fortunes now. The third team foul on the Falcons, the Knights without a team foul. And having checked in, unable to finish. Easy opportunity and can't put it in was Garish. The Knights have struggled around the rim to get the ball to go down. They are rebounding well. High post, Knights running off that post, and Anna Singer can't get the elbow shot to drop. The ball will go ahead to Bynum. She's looking to trigger early. Wide, swinging it to Hudler. She thought she had a wide open Rowland. Rowland could not secure it right away, and the ball bounces in the hands of Newman. She'll bring up quickly ahead to Emma Camden, and deep in the post, and no finish from Garish again.
Yeah, we're seeing every time Garish gets the ball, maybe a bit of fatigue in play here, but every time she gets the ball, just quick right back up with the ball. You'd love to see her throw some pump fakes, some pivots, and try to work her way right here as she gets another attempt.
Now the 16-footer does not fall for Singer. Yeah, I think Garish would do well. Take a page out of Malachi Olson's book. What a great pass up ahead. Out to Hudler. She steps way back. Can't finish as it goes back rim. And rebounding, bouncing around into the hands of Bentley, and she gets fouled going back up. That'll be, I think, the third on Garish. No, who are they calling it on?
As we have a timeout here, just no boxing out on display for the Knights. A huge lineup and big height advantages across the board, but the effort of the Falcons on the offensive glass just unrelinquishing, just keep going back up with it, eventually getting Garish with that foul call. But that ball bounced around 7-8 times, and it's tough to see right there. Just girls watching and not getting bodies on body and doing what they have done in the past and dominate the rebounding column. As Falcons are right there in the total rebounding column. Knights just leading by 4 or 5 rebounds.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of the tenacity of the Falcons and the lack of proper rebounding technique, which is just get a body on a man, drive him back, and then go after the ball. And as you watch the replay on that, you saw a lot of white bodies standing up, and you saw a lot of dark really working hard and just kind of trying to keep it alive. And when you're the smaller team, that's all you try to do. We've been stuck at 36-35 for a minute and a half, 2 minutes now. And it'll be a shooting foul with an opportunity to put her team ahead 3 points. Bentley doing a great job trying to get points any way you can. She only had 3 points in the first half. She was 0 for 5 and 0 for 1 from the line. From three-point arc, and managed to get 3 points from the line. She was 3 for 4 in the first half. Bentley is a 49% shooter from the line and steps up and hits the first one. She's 52. She came into this game 52 of 106. Doing a great job. Hits 2 in a row. So the 50% free throw shooter now shooting 5 of 6 on the afternoon. Deflection goes into the hands of Christensen, and then Christensen fouled by Hudler.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a while since we've seen the Knights on offense put together a good-looking half-court set. Off this inbound right here, you'd love for them to be patient, not force a quick shot unless it's amazing.
Into McCrolla. She gets to her left hand. This time gets underneath the defensive arm of number 44, Angel Rowland, the sophomore, 6'2" from Monroe, North Carolina.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Knights needed right there. A good, easy shot, high percentage look from McCrolla, who loves to go under like that. Good cover down defense from Anna Singer, but just can't get the rebound.
McCrolla secures that one off the Bentley miss. Ahead to Christensen. Coach going with motion offense. McCrolla with the three-pointer, taking her 11th three-pointer of the year. Rebound falls to Emma Camden, and nobody steps out to play her, and she goes back iron. Rebound from McCrolla, and they're calling a foul on 15, so Bentley fouls McCrolla. I thought that might have been. She looked up and just grabbed that ball out of McCrolla's hands.
Yeah, it looked, in some way, it definitely looked clean, but gets called for the foul. A great defensive play to time that out, but called for the foul. Something we've seen a lot today, some interesting, calls, from going both ways on both teams, and right there, just unlucky play gets called for the foul, and I believe that's just her second foul of the day.
That's the hard thing when your Coach Loy, your Coach Schroeder is trying to figure out how the refs are going to call the game. When it's, you really just want consistency. We talked about this in the men's game a couple days ago, Skylar. Just trying to get consistency is all you want. That way you can coach to consistency. Yeah,
absolutely. That's what everybody wants. And the Knights retake the lead there, and this lead is going to only stay on the defensive end here as the Knights get a steal right on cue.
Newman goes up, blocked from the play of Tanisha Ellison. The freshman gets back and blocks Newman. Great job getting back to play defense. I think it'll be Knights ball underneath.
Yeah, that's like the third or fourth time Ellison has made an awesome defensive play, and I believe the second time she's come up with a big-time block, that time flying across the paint and securing the block. A little bit undersized, but just so much effort. The 5'6" guard at Asheboro, North Carolina, we mentioned had such a big game in that, that narrow loss they had just the other day to the Knights. Ellison's doing a lot for her team in the minutes that she gets.
Right, she's only 2 for 7 in shooting, but and has not yet been to the free throw line. But the 6 rebounds, the 2 blocks, and assist, those are the things that if you're going to win in away, you just have to have players that are going to step in and do the little things. So work hard, get back off of a turnover. So the Falcons turn the ball over on the offensive end. Quick outlet pass to Newman. Yet there's Ellison, Johnny on the spot to get that block and force the Knights to have to earn the bucket instead of getting easy points in transition. Knights bring in Anna Singer. Camden and Newman, and now high post. Great job denying was Aniston Green. The cut from Newman into the key as Coach has substituted, Coach Loy is substituting 4 new players. He's left Ellison in. He really likes her play, so she's going to stay in. This is a different combination for this second platoon that Coach Loy had in the first half. In fact, he's also left in Hudler, so 3 bench players along with Hudler and Ellison on the court. Camden unable to find Nan. Nan this time goes backdoor, stops, goes up. No foul call. Great job by Ellison helping her up. I love how Pfeiffer plays. They play with a lot of grit and heart. They're undersized, maybe even a little less athletic than the Knights, yet they play with a lot of grit and tenacity and also great sportsmanship.
Yeah, you love how fast the Knights are playing right now. They're pushing in transition, people moving without the ball as Anna Singer spots up for a little jumper. That's normally automatic from Singer, but so much effort right there. Emma Camden, who has been fired up since tip-off, gets the defensive stop right there and is trying to get this lead back to where it was.
So Skylar, the Knights now, we have it a little bit reversal of what we had in the first half, are only one team foul. What are they doing different that is allowing them to stay out of the foul situation?
They definitely got a great pep talk at halftime by head coach Lynette Schroeder. Definitely got grilled on committing those fouls and are doing a conservative effort of boxing out and staying away. We've seen them struggle in the rebounding, but they're definitely committing less fouls, and maybe that's to do with the inconsistencies we've seen from the officials, but regardless, the Knights are happy for how they're playing in this third quarter.
Getting to her left hand. Nobody was there to stop her, but Bentley unable to finish. So there's another situation in the first half. The Knights were all body on those. They're kind of just saying, okay, hit the shots, I guess, right?
Absolutely. Make them, there's the old saying, make them earn them at the line, but not the case right now, and they were earning everything at the line, so time to not foul, and it obviously is working in the favor of the Knights' 5-point lead here after being down as much as, I believe, 3, rallying back here.
So the Falcons playing a great defense from the Falcons, but the Knights are getting a number of offensive fouls. There's a conversation on should the shot clock have reset. Did it hit? The question is, did the ball hit the rim?
Well,
we've got the advantage of replay down here.
Looks like it's just going to be inbounded here. The Knights, 16 seconds left on that shot clock, 2:40 left.
It was really close to see. I'm not sure it did hit. Sophie Wright passes on the three-pointer. Ball in Nan, and she draws the body foul that we saw the Knights committing in the first half. And this will put the Knights at the line.
Yeah, Nana's just so aggressive with that basketball. She moves around so well. It's really hard to defend her. It's really hard to defend her, especially without fouling, and gets called at the hand check. But good little in and out game between her and Sophie. The crowd really wanted Sophie to knock down that three, but it seemed like a better move to drive, and leads to a foul, and Nan shoots them at the line.
We heard an audible gasp as she didn't take that three-pointer. I think everybody wanted that to go up. However, Christensen, an 80% in-conference free throw shooter, doing a great job at the line. Smooth stroke, hits them both and puts the Knights up by 7. Oh, and Bentley unable to secure her position across the timeline, and they'll get an over and back call.
Yeah,
the ball was over, but she herself had not established her position on the offense on the front court.
Yeah, a small little mental error right there on the side of the Falcons. Big possession here for the Knights. Getting a score off a turnover like that is huge for momentum as Courtney goes to the block and just can't get it to roll. Second attempt, the same. Tough drive down there for the Knights.
As Tanisha Ellison does a great job putting the ball up the court. The three-pointer from Johnson goes. So missed opportunities on the offensive end results in a great opportunity on the defense on the other end for Pfeiffer, and then they turn the ball over. Great crossover from Ellison. Easy finish for her, and now the Pfeiffer Falcons are only down by 2. Great series for the Falcons, pushing the ball up the court quick off of the three-pointer, and then the pressure to result in a turnover and fast break points for Ellison. And the three-pointer for the Knights does not fall. Underneath, McCrolla puts it up and gets it to go. Opportunity to get to the line and finish a three-point play for her. It really looks like the Falcons are daring the Knights to shoot the three-pointer, and that's a pretty good bet to make, seeing as how they're only 2 of 12 on the afternoon.
Yeah, 2 of 12 tonight, and not a great percentage over the last 5 games. Way to battle right there from Courtney McCrolla, who's doing it all right now. 9 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. But great back and forth. Maya Johnson able to knock down the 3 and then get the steal on Courtney. And Courtney battles back down in the paint, able to get the foul and one. Big-time play right there from Courtney McCrolla.
And that ball does not fall. The Knights will stay in a man-to-man. And that time, McCrolla stepping out, falling for the kind of the hesitation pump fake from Bentley. That's only the first foul on McCrolla. She will sub out. Knights with 2 fouls.
Yeah, those are impressive minutes right there for McCrolla with Garish on the bench. Head coach Schroeder hasn't put Garish back in this third quarter. Interesting to see how long she'll wait as the Knights are, in the lead here.
And great rebound from, I think that was Peters who secured that rebound over Nan. And if you're going to get a rebound over Savannah Christensen, you did a lot. Because she, as we've talked about over and over again, her length and her athleticism, the referees coming together, seeing if they saw him. I really like that out of the referees. They came together, said, hey, did you see something? Did you see something? She didn't, nobody else saw anything, so she'll just have to go with what she saw.
Yeah, you love to see them working together.
Kick out to right, she pump fakes, shoots the 3, front iron, doesn't go. Singer with the rebound to Newman. Now she'll try her hand at the 3-pointer, and that one falls. Knights in the stands, they're up in the air.
Yeah, that one will get you fired up. Sophie Wright with the step back, just can't get it to fall. But as we've seen all night, an offensive rebound, this time the 15th for the Knights. That one leads to a Anna Singer 3-point bomb, and she makes them pay. Nan securing that tough rebound, able to get this last possession here for the Knights.
Ellison trying to be aggressive on the ball into Sophie Wright. Referees calling the foul in transition. That being said, on the floor, no shooting obviously, but the Falcons have already put the Knights in the bonus. And she'll get 2 shots. Wright steps up, hits the first.
Yeah, talk about a rally when you need it. The Knights are fired up, and as the crowd filtered in, as classes ended in, the days are coming to a little bit of an earlier game. The fans are in the stands now, and the momentum is behind the Knights here. And another offensive board, make that 16.
Newman,
17.
Front iron, another offensive board. This one gets into Christensen. Difficult finish on the baseline, gets it to go. Knights now up by 10. 10 seconds left, shot clock is off. Bynum gets the ball over to Elliott. She goes behind the back, stops, pulls out with a beautiful finish at the end, beats the buzzer. Great job from Tanisha Ellison. I think I called her Elliott. Ellison is a fantastic player. I love the heart and aggression and the finesse that she plays with on both ends of the court.
Absolutely confidence. We've seen her so many different times take exactly what the Knights do and go back and try to do it herself. What a play right there, able to go in and out, hezzy, head fake, get the ball in the air before the time expires, just before the time expires, and knocks it down. I like the way she struts around too. She has such a confidence in the way she plays, and she's just a freshman. What a play right there to end that third quarter. The Knights were rallying, and able to curb some of that momentum was Ellison, but back to Nan down here on that drive. Takes so much contact and goes hard with that left hand and able to knock it down. The Knights are playing hard right now. Both Anna Singer after that 3-point bomb, who's now 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, has 10, but Nan also with 10 to go with those 7 boards. It's been a great rally from both teams as they continue to go back and forth and just refuse to give an inch. We're even almost across the board. Huge statistic that the Knights consistently lead in. 18 assists to the Pfeiffer Falcons 7. The Knights getting it done. They share the ball almost better than anybody.
When you look at Ellison, she's only averaging 7 points on the season, almost 8, 7.7. She's already at 9. She led the team in scoring in the last game. You highlighted her play from that game 72 hours ago. And on top of the grit and the attitude that she brings, I've also seen her help 2 Knight players up that you just don't see that very often, where a player can play with that kind of emotional intelligence, where they understand playing hard and also respecting the game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to watch, and you can tell whoever is responsible for her gameplay before she got here as Emma Camden. Beautiful backdoor cut. she's a great player. She plays, with a great attitude, which is something you like and something we see consistently in this, great USA South Conference that we've been able to get into this year. And it's been a great opportunity as Maya Johnson lines up another one.
Oh, that one, she felt that was good. She let that go when the flag was waving. She had the hand sitting there in the cookie jar and it just didn't quite go for her. Up over the top. What an entry pass from Emma Camden as Garish sets up underneath. Great job fronting was Maya Johnson. And that's exactly what you want to do. And McCrolla digs in, shutting down the passing lane. 2-on-1 in transition. Newman finishes with the foul on Ellison. The crowd is going crazy. If you're not here in Buena Vista at Knight Stadium, you're missing out. You need to get here quick. There's only 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
What a play by Newman to get it through the contact. But after the steal from Courtney McCrolla, Emma Camden keeping her head up has such an adapted way to play the game of basketball. She sees that way before it happens. Newman able to pay off at the free throw line, but the play of Emma Camden set up that shot so well. She held onto the ball until that last second, gave it up, knocked down. Hugely for the Knights.
I think that the Falcons have gotten away from really trying to get to the front of the rim. Like right here, but that was a foul call in the first half. I don't know what's going on, but that's exactly, I love that play from Bentley. It's exactly what she should do. Wasn't able to finish, but got to the foul line in the first half for that exact same play.
Yeah, you said it. In the first half, we saw very similar plays, if anything, get called for fouls. The Knights just doing a good job of, convincing the refs there's no contact in the second half.
Okay. And the block, as Ellison had been the leading shot blocker on the court. Savannah Christensen wanted to let her know she's not the only one.
Yeah, Savannah Christensen has an incredible shot block herself and goes for a little payback right there, and that's good to see for that Knights defense.
Oh, and not sure who that foul is going to be on. They're going to call it before the pass, so it's going to be a foul on Bentley.
Yeah, it looked like incidental contact after the foul that got Newman to the ground. Foul on Katie on the board. But it is loud in this Knights arena, and you love to hear the energy and to feel the energy as Singer comes in for Christensen, who provided some very valuable minutes right now. But with both Courtney and Katie on the court right now, you'd love to see just a full takeover in the paint for this Knights team as nobody picks up Katie full court.
The reach in from Ellison, over the top, hustling, and a jump ball called.
Now these two players play very similarly. Emma Camden just plays with, just incredible intensity and right back at her. Tanisha Ellison, the freshman, just going at her defensively. I think they jumped over each other 3 times trying to get that ball. Both of them just refusing to quit, just so much effort and tenacity.
The miss from Bynum and the throwaway from the Knights. I would take 15 Ellisons on my team. And similarly, I would take 15 Emma Camdens on my team. The way those two play, I love that you brought out the similarities of those two players, Skylar Johnson, because I think you're absolutely right. They both play, both young players who play with a lot of heart and a lot of grit and attitude, but play the game the right way. And what a sneaky right-handed shot on that left-hand side from Alexis Bynum.
Yeah, we saw Bynum make another one of those sneaky little layups earlier and get the contact. This time, able to get it, clean right there. But yeah, you said it. Emma Camden just plays with such tenacity, and if you're a Knights basketball fan, you're so inept to seeing that as a big foul on Katie. You love to see Katie hit that pump fake and go around her, but we'll take the foul right there for the Knights.
Katie Garish is going to go to the line. The second leading scorer for the Knights. She's averaging 14 points a game. Katie is a 60% free throw shooter for the Knights. Only 46 free throws on the year, and that's not like it's below anybody else. I mean, Christensen has 44, Garish has 46, McCrolla has 45, but how often she gets the ball in the paint, you feel like she should be at the line a little more than she is. She's a pretty good free throw shooter, and here she'll try to put the Knights up 14, and she does. So tough for the Falcons right now as Bentley has 4 fouls. So she's not, and then Garish with a fantastic defensive play up ahead to Miyazaki. She is unable to finish on the turnaround as Hudler had done a great job getting back, and then the Knights with their first foul of the 4th quarter. Coach Schroeder will waste no time to get Christensen back in.
Yeah, that was a good pull-up from Bynum, but Katie was just there. The length of Garish, just so hard to get that shot over the top of her, able to get a big block on that mid-range jumper. Something you don't see a whole lot, but it's exciting when you do. And Knights are still being aggressive here and want to keep building into this lead as they know Pfeiffer's just right there within distance.
Pfeiffer hasn't really committed a lot of fouls on the day. Another block, I think, from Garish, and now they're going to call a foul as the Falcons, Brittany Mills, grabbing that loose ball and then going up right away. Great job to get to the line. So not a lot of fouls. I was finishing out my thought from Pfeiffer, but Maya Johnson and Brianna Bentley have committed 4 each. And they're 2 of the best players on this team. So it's a kind of a tough situation for Coach Loy right now. Going to try and nurse the foul situation and maybe get those 2 back in. But he can't wait too long as his team is down by 14.
Yeah, you said it. It's a tough situation because it's a tough matchup. Every time they're on the floor, there's so much offense on display, and the attempts to get the ball down low lead to fouls as Anna Singer lines up another mid-range jumper, and just so nasty with those mid-range jumper. Anna Singer can knock down from basically anywhere on the court, 3 mid-range layups, plays incredible defense. You love the way Singer plays.
Right, averaging 8 points on the season. Just almost 8 points, 7.7 on the season. Now with 12, she is up ahead. Beat the defense down over the top to Garish. Garish will take the 8-footer and cans it as the 18-point lead. It just ballooned like so quick.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that 18-point lead grew so fast, but it grew behind defensive plays, stops that led to smart buckets. Katie Garish getting involved in the scoring column here and coming up with stops defensively. Anna Singer now leads all scorers with 12. We saw her throw a beautiful transition pass. She had Nan in the block and goes over the top to Garish, who was able to knock down that sweet 15-footer. Garish now with 11 points to go with her 9 rebounds. Christensen also with 9 and 10. Both looking to get double-doubles. Coming off double-doubles the last time this team played and are right there within reach.
And the foul situation, Skylar, is kind of flip-flop.
Yeah, absolutely. 10 free throws now for the Knights. I think they only had 2 in that first half. Just 13 for Pfeiffer. I believe they had 11 in the first half. So, yeah, an absolute switch as the refs look to be as consistent as possible. Now 6 of 16 from beyond the arc. Pfeiffer unable to get a whole lot going past that second quarter. Knights now 3 of 15, which isn't, anything to brag about, but a deliberate attempt to not shoot as many three-pointers in this second half from Schroeder.
The Knights are 26 of 67, shooting 38%, though that could be much higher. I feel like they've missed a number of buckets between Savannah, Garish, and McCrolla around, and a couple layups missed from the guards. But it's an 18-point lead right now off of, as you mentioned, the defensive prowess of the Knights and a concerted effort not to foul. And that time the block from Singer, as she just really stood there and said, shoot over me, and trying to draw the foul, but it wasn't there.
Yeah,
right, finds the quick pass to Garish underneath. She gets to her right hand and finishes.
That's a great example of exactly what you were talking about right there. Anna Singer doesn't foul, makes her shoot a tough shot, and on the rebound, pushes in transition for a wide open layup. Great look inside for Pfeiffer right there. But the Knights doing, good work on both ends here.
Burnett with a nice little runner. Pretty play from the drive and the kick to her. She didn't settle for the three-pointer, got to the lane, and was able to finish. And now the backdoor play has no support help from the weak side, and Garish finishes 2 in a row, keeping that 20-point lead.
Yeah, just too good in the paint is Garish. definitely hard work all day. The task of guarding her as Nan gets fouled after the steal. The Knights picking up their 9th steal, maybe the 10th steal on that one.
And that'll be a disqualifying foul on Bentley. Coach Lloyd recognizing the difficult situation his team was in, had to put her back in. And then she picks up kind of a disappointing foul as she had turned the ball over and was just trying to get it and falls and takes down Christensen. You're either going to have to call a travel on Christensen or a foul on Bentley. And unfortunately for the Falcons, it's the latter. Singer throwing the ball away. And then the turnover. And all alone as she's unable to finish, maybe needs to use the backboard, and then resulting in a foul on the Knights.
Yeah, you said it. Nan just probably a little surprised to be as open as she was, as a famous broadcaster once said, but goes right up and refuses to use the backboard and goes over the top. Definitely a little excited on the breakaway there after the quick steal. And then another steal, make that 11 for the Knights tonight.
Quickly up ahead to Garish, and she finishes with the left hand. The Falcons are really out of sorts, turning the ball over. There's not a lot of consistency in their guard play right now. Nice right-handed attempt. This time doesn't fall for Burnett. She finished the last one really well. Newman gets to the key, circles around. Sophie Wright will take the three-pointer, doesn't finish. Garish trying to chase down that ball, does get it into Christensen, but an excellent job from Peters, the sophomore, grabbing that ball and finishing out. Christensen, the senior from Lei, Hawaii, Kahuka High School, fan of sushi, outdoor, hiking, and has a twin sister. Fantastic player we'll check out.
I believe she has a twin brother.
Oh, brother, you're right. No, it is a brother, actually.
I believe she has a twin brother.
Somebody told me that recently. It is a twin brother. Obviously not identical.
Yeah, Nan does it all, and Nan's incredibly strong. You mentioned the great play right there from Peters to tie her up. That is a tough task as the forearm strength, and beautiful shot right there from Newman.
We've talked about it before. I really feel like that Christensen has put together an effort that we have not seen her before. I'm not trying to say her play was bad in the previous years, but she's playing like a senior where she knows this is it, and she's putting all that effort in to finish. Great rebound on the weak side, can't finish. That was the Falcons unable to put the ball in the bucket off one of the few offensive rebounds that they've had in the second half.
Yeah, I'd agree with you with your point on Nan. She is definitely playing a great senior campaign right now. She took some time away from basketball during the pandemic season and took some time to build her strength, stay in the weight room, and really develop her game. And I think it comes out right now in her athleticism, and it comes out on the court as the Knights go into a little bit of the bench here. Lima Mutalo subs in, as well as Ali McCrolla and Barrett Jessup's at the bench, with also J.D. O'Bray in the game.
The 24, now 25-point lead for the Knights. And it hasn't been, like, they haven't put a ton of pressure on in the three-quarter. You talked about, maybe they go to the 75 and three-quarter court press. But they have picked up full court, trying to get as much, chaos, I guess, of their own. And they've thrived in the chaos of the second half, whereas in the first half, that chaos was not their friend. And now a rebound from Mulitalo. And she'll get the ball over to McCrolla. McCrolla needs help, finds Sophie Wright.
Yeah, big rebound right there from Lima. And then I love how she doesn't pass it away real quick. And she's able to be patient right there as Ali just can't get that one to roll, but a quick travel. I believe they call a foul instead. Looked like a travel, but Barrett coming in for Sophie Wright. Great game from Sophie Wright. Provided amazing minutes off the bench and helped the guard play of this Knights team all day. Also coming in for Taylor is number 25, and that's Sarah Owen.
Yeah. The Knights have emptied the bench with 2:20 left. Excellent drive. That's what we saw out of the Falcons in the first half, as the Pfeiffer Falcons, Jalea Peters specifically, able to get to the line and make the bucket. It's a great job by her to take Owen on one-on-one. The rotation was late. Bucket counts.
Yeah, you said it, the rotation on the help side a little late right there between Barrett and Lima. Looked like a little bit of a miscommunication on who was going to do what.
Krolla gets the ball to Owen. Barrett Jessup looked to trigger. O'Bray, who we saw a lot of in the first half, goes back door to McCrolla. McCrolla spins off that right foot, unable to finish. And then Mulitalo ties up.
Yeah, it was
Falcons player.
It was a great move by Allie down after the pass on the cut. Just can't get the friendly roll. But what a play right there from Lima. Definitely a crowd favorite. Gets fired up every time she's on the court.
I think that rebound was Leanna Pfeiffer. She's listed as not active, but on another roster, I have her as playing. So I apologize if that is 32 is not Leanna Pfeiffer, but that's who we have in the roster as number 32. And driving on the floor, bucket does not count as McCrolla's sister, Alyssa McCrolla's sister, jumped up and was the first one to say that should have been an and one. But much to Courtney McCrolla's dismay, her sister is just going to have to go to the line for an old-fashioned two-point opportunity, and that one rims out.
Yeah, you love the aggressiveness from Allie. Just can't get the friendly roll, and then when she does get the friendly roll, called on the ground. It's a tough series of events right there, but able to knock that second one down for her first points of the day.
The Knights up 24, minute and a half left. The drive from that was Deshanique. Sidbury unable to get the ball to go. It'll stay Pfeiffer ball. In the hands of Sublet. Nice dribble and finish from Shalonda Wilkins, the graduate student.
Yeah, that was a good take right there from the top. Wasn't the fastest move in the whole world, but it definitely got the job done and left the defense kind of standing there as it goes through.
Owens unable to get to the key, comes with jump stop, and they're going to get a jump ball, not a foul call, a jump ball. That was Madison Staples, the freshman from Hurricane, Utah, trying to get herself in the scoring column.
Yeah, Staples is a scorer. She runs great scout team for this Knights team in practice and takes it to him offensively.
Mulitalo blocked by Pfeiffer, by Linnea Pfeiffer, who plays for the Pfeiffer Falcons. And that was Wilkins with the shot and the rebound. 21 seconds left. Pfeiffer with a nice inside move. Can't finish as Staples gets a rebound. Gets herself into the scoring book.
And the Knights able to just hold this one out. That's a defensive stop right there from Lima Mulitalo. Be fired up if you're a Knights fan. It's a big win at home in conference. Hard to beat a team twice. Twice as hard to beat a team back-to-back within a couple hours of playing each other. A hard-fought win for the Knights. Was not easy. Able to pull away with a little bit of a handleable, win at the end there, but it was close until the end. Great effort from Pfeiffer. What a game. What a game, Scotty.
Yeah, so looking over the data, the stats from the game, neither team's shooting the lights out. The Knights a little better at 39%, but they are really dependent early in the season on some three-point shooting, and they got away from that. Didn't take a lot, only took 16, which was 10 more than they took in the last game against Pfeiffer. Still only hitting 3 of those. Both teams doing a pretty decent job at the foul line, 65% for Pfeiffer, 66% for the Knights. The Knights shooting 39%, but only 25% from the field from Pfeiffer. they were leaning on the back of foul shooting in the first half, and they just were not able to get to the foul line. In the second half, 18 turnovers for the Falcons, 15 for the Knights. That's below the Knights' 20 per game average. They did a pretty good job there. It's really close to Pfeiffer's average for the season, so not terrible in the turnover column. But when you look at the rebound disparity, 19 more rebounds for the Knights, but especially, and you talk about this all the time, 19 rebounds on the offensive end to 12 for Pfeiffer, and that leads to, a real different situation just in terms of points in the paint and points off of second chance.
Absolutely. The Knights usually commanding in the rebounding column. Tonight is no different. 27 assists on the night for the Knights. They move the ball around incredibly well, and you can't say enough about the overall play of Katie Garish. 8 of 15 today, 17 points and 10 rebounds. I'd give her player of the game for the Knights. And for the Falcons, Maya Johnson just getting it done across the board, played great defense all day, as well as Bynum and Peters and Ellison, but 10 points on the day for Johnson, and it was a hard-fought game for Pfeiffer. Young roster with a lot of talent. Plays, as we talked about, 15 players getting minutes this year for Pfeiffer consistently. A lot in the future for them, and looking forward to a great season. The Knights able to secure their 12th win in a row as they chase that 15-game winning streak from 2019, and I'm excited for play going forward.
So hopefully everybody out there stay safe. Have a good evening. God bless.
And go Knights.